Everyone has some sort of coping mechanism. What's your vice? I get really angry and break up with everyone I could possibly talk to in real life for a couple years. How does that play out usually? Well, I haven't had friends in 5 years, so that's good. Sleep. Sleep is actually the best coping mechanism. If you're not awake, you don't have to deal with anything. I use this regularly, until the anxiety creeps into your dreams and makes it terrifying to go to sleep. Procrastinating. I think I'll try that tomorrow. So how I cope with shit? Simple. I just naturally put it so far to the back of my mind that I just forget it until the next trying session. Yeah, I've been doing that for a long time, but then I found myself drunk waiting for a train on a station, seriously considering to end it all. Stopped doing it and went through some bad shit, but it's better now. That is, until next round. Reddit. Sounds unhealthy. Some subs are great for mental health. Others should be avoided, just like the internet in general. Beating myself up mentally. Nothing like a good metaphorical beating from your alter ego to bring yourself back to reality. Binge eating. Also hating myself while doing it. The meal isn't over when I'm full. It's over when I hate myself. I use humor as a coping mechanism. Weed is my vice of choice. Surprised I had to scroll this far to find weed. Going fishing. I don't care if I catch anything, just being out there is therapy. If possible, I try to take a long walk outside. It helps clear my head and allows me to just take some time to breathe. Argue in the shower with a person. It's actually relieving. Not really with the person. Imaginary. Smoking. Since I have a very high metabolic rate, I am able to eat as much as I want without any physical consequences. So I eat a lot. Lucky. I'm not very fat at all and I have stretch marks everywhere. But school is more fun than dating. So whatever. I'm not fat at all. Lucky genes, I guess. And I still have a bunch of stretch marks on my back. My brother is the same. I had no idea why. I never gained or lost a lot of weight in a short period of time. And they've been there since I was a teenager. Sitting in utter silence for hours and scrolling Reddit. When things get too difficult, I need complete silence. Not even the lowest TV volume, but nothing. For hours. 7 to 8 hours. Sugar. Yes. This is what I was waiting for. Sugar is the light of my life. And the fat on my belly. Weed and Mario Maker too. Chocolate and red wine. Red wine for sure. Especially now that it's winter here. Winter here, too. If your username means what I think it does. I'm guessing you're in Melbourne. Hope you're doing okay in lockdown. Go easy on that red wine. It's going to have to last. Correct. But it doesn't mean what you think it does. That's a story for another day. I definitely need to stock up on wine. A bottle a day seems reasonable? Sounds reasonable enough. Pair it with some good winter comfort food and chocolate. Playing piano. It always puts me in a good mood. My computer was actually fried by a storm yesterday, so just lots and lots of piano. Nostalgia. Cannabis, video games, food, airsoft, burgers, TV shows and denial. Porn and box sets. I like going for long walks around my hometown and the countryside. Alone. Sometimes I have music on my headphones. And sometimes I don't. Daydreaming. Same. Porn and fanfiction. What's the difference? Most fanfiction isn't smut. I usually read adorable, tooth-rottingly sweet fluff when I want to cheer myself up. But I do also read a lot of smut. I'm a fanfic reader myself. Jen and fluff heal my heart. But I gotta say, no one writes smut like the passionate unpaid fanfic creators. I buy books. I don't need new books. I have a lot at home and most of the time, including now, I have access to the physical copies I highly prefer from my library. Yes, same. I used to work beside a place with two $5 used books. Would bring home to a week minimum here. The purchasing has slowed, but still get great joy and comfort from just walking over to the bookshelf and thinking about which ones I want to read next. My unhealthy one is any sort of self-harm. But when I'm not doing that, I love writing poetry, either being a workaholic or tarot cards. I don't believe in tarot or fortune telling. They're mostly a Rorschach test I use when I can't quite figure out what I'm feeling or what I need to do. Booze, love-hate relationship. I have a couple, depending on how empty or sad I feel or whatever. Sing for hours. Physical pain. Nothing really. Listen to music. I just stay still. Die inside. Play video games. Osu. AskReddit or any other open world MMORPG. Masturbation. Eat a lot. Pills. And that is all I can remember right now. I just want to stop my thoughts and forget I have a body. I used to cut my skin because it felt great and to open up old scars for the sweet pleasure. But I don't do that anymore. Lately it's been more like just staring at nothing and lose myself for a few minutes thinking about the past and mistakes I've made. It kinda hurts. There's almost nothing good in living really. I hide cheese. I've no idea how it started, but I have enough to last for a while. Our username checks out. I used weed, now I am sober. It's a shit ton of coffee. Netflix. Beer and abusing children. Dad? WTH. I laugh and make jokes out of everything. If something bad happens 8 times out of 10, I will refuse to take it seriously. I told my ex that life's painful but joking helps relieve it. She disagreed. She is my ex. Alcohol, food and self-loathing. George Dickel number 8 with a splash of amaretto and orange liqueur. As a native Tennessean from the surrounding area of the Dickel distillery, I want to commend you for your good taste. Dickel is so much better than Jack. It deserves more renown. Weed, BDSM, Guy Monsieur. I go there almost every day. I always do double of what my program tells. I always do too heavy weights and too many sets. Reps. I skip recovery and eat WAAAY more than comfortable. It's stupidly dangerous and unhealthy. But that keeps me sane and somewhat balanced. If I can't go to gym, I get depressed and angry. I need gym to balance my daily stressors. It's not gym's fault. Gym is healthy. My approach is unhealthy. I'm overly competitive and really neglecting my health. I also abuse caffeine on almost every workout. I take it so much that it sometimes almost feels like high. I'm getting bigger, hotter and stronger, but the cost is high. Fuck. It's bench day tomorrow. My back is sore AF. But I can't wait. When something sudden and dramatic happens, I push all the emotions away for a while. Seems toxic, but I just give myself time to understand and process everything, so I can handle the emotions without breaking down. I also kinda have therapeutic moments for myself where I ask myself the questions a therapist would ask and allow myself to cry and stuff. I think that's very healthy and are the type person who's good in a crisis because you can deal with it and not fall apart. Cheers. Whiskey and cocaine. It's like they were made for each other. Sigh. And an early grape makes 3, but what ya gonna do? Be sober. Me and sober ain't on speaking terms right now. It's way overrated. Stylish. Too expensive. Visiting the 5 Sisters on Palm Street. Making memes. Lots of us had field days making memes about pro Smash players being pedos at our Smash Bros Ultimate. It was a dark time for that community. Still is a dark time. Lots of Diet Pepsi. Baking, especially if it's something hard to do so I can spend hours on one thing. Biting my lip. A walk in the woods with a dog. PS4. Horror movies. YouTube. Mainly paranormal stuff or political commentary. Takeaway food. Red wine. The odd cigarette or vape, it just depends. My partner and I have busy lives so we keep our everyday stresses to ourselves, but if it's really bad we'll try figure it out together. If it's really bad I'll use some of my annual leave to get away from work for a while. So yeah, I have quite a selection of stress relievers to choose from, monsieur. Hate saying it but drugs lol, but fortunately I am 114 days sober today. Good job. I'm not the best at this, but I tend to blame myself for everything that happens. When people let me down, I think it's because of me, that I am at fault and that maybe I need to change myself for the better. I've done this for too long and realized I can't keep changing myself for everyone. I have learned that not everyone will be there for me. To cope, I cry. Yes, lol, crying. It helps. Honestly, it just gets whatever feeling out. Pacing. I believe everyone is stupid and let go of everything. Feeling soft fabric. Rock climbing in NF. Binge watch random shit. I'm really hard on myself, so when I feel super bad I always find a distraction. Learn a language. Draw. Listen to music. Make something. Cook. ECT. They're good temporary distractions from reality, and that small bit of joy helps keep me sane. Being hard on oneself is a good trait. We should all be a bit hard on ourselves. Cheers. To a limit. It's okay to be strict sometimes, but it can become extremely unhealthy if you're too hard on yourself all the time. Yes, that's true. You can actually ruin a great thing by being obsessed with perfection. I was taught to bottle it up until it explodes, then black out the explosion like nothing happened. It's very destructive. Several family members still do this. Now I try to go for walks somewhere quiet and channel those feelings into alternate hobbies, activities. Sometimes I write it all out and then burn the paper it's written on. Carne asada fries. Eating too much, feeding myself up mentally and pretending everything is fine. Road trip. Nothing major, just heading out without a firm destination in mind. Humor. My therapist told me I use humor to an unhealthy degree to cope. Reading. I use it to unwind and help with anxiety. Reddit and Wikipedia are fantastic for it. Well, what you gonna do? Actually feel the pain and fall apart? What's wrong with her therapist? I was using humor instead of facing the problems mostly. Yeah, I know. Me too. I got a whole list of avoidant behavior. But best of luck. Life's tough. As long as you take care of yourself and don't become anyone's burden, then to me nothing else matters. Cheers. Bad eating, good exercise, and listening to music. Shopping. As of late, I've spent more on makeup in the past month than all of 2019. Taking my motorcycle as far away from civilization as possible for a few hours. Or snuggling with my wife. Whichever is more readily available. Or both. I count things like money or anything I have a lot of. I don't necessarily mean I have a lot of money. I just have a jar of small coins that I count. Running from my problems, literally. I'd have a mental breakdown and not know what else to do with myself, so I put on my shoes and just run. I'd run for miles until I couldn't do it anymore. I always felt a little bit better afterwards and I stayed in decent shape. My severe anxiety and depression went undiagnosed for years until I had my daughter, and PPD had gotten the best of me. Recently, spending 20 minutes just peaceful Minecraft mining. But I also watch funny YouTube videos. Peaceful until you fall in lava. Lol, yeah, I had a super close encounter with one. And I have fallen in lava before. Rip my 2 stacks of iron. Rip. Oh, that's easy. Substance abuse. Maladaptive daydreaming. Gonna be honest, pot and porn and actual sex makes everything feel a little better for a while. Pain. Lately, beating myself with fists and objects. Pressing on the bruises I give myself. I used to be a cutter, but it's a hard habit to maintain with a partner. I can pass off bruises as accidents. Used to be nicotine. Finally kicked it, but it was hard because I'm young. 18. Started at 16. And that makes it even more addictive. My healthy coping mechanism is coding algorithms for stock trading. Oh, another unhealthy one is weed. Working on cutting down RN. I punched trees for several years. And then I moved on to working out to relieve stress. Here I am, happy with how I look and able to fight. At first I thought this was a Minecraft reference. Whoops. Not meant to be LMAO. Listening to soothing music, making memes. elephant's foot levels of radioactive toxicity. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.